Butch, two things. First of all, on Charlie there in the opening 3 or 4 minutes, he goes down. Were you holding your breath there? What happened?
A little bit. He got stung by a shot, so you never know if that's one that, has done some damage, broke something. Bergie got hit by one a little later too. So, or it's one of those stingers sometimes. It just, you're numb and you can't get up and go to the bench. So turns out it was the latter. He came back, he was fine. So hopefully no residual effects from it tomorrow.
Okay. And you pour in 5 more at 5-on-5 tonight. Power play still not cooking. What's the yin and yang there? Why so good lately on the 5-on-5, and what are your issues on the power play?
The issues in the power play is our entries, for one, I think we're too individualistic. The structures in place, I think that to get through Buffalo, for example, is play a 2-2. They give you the outside lanes. They don't want to go through the middle, and we get stubborn. We trying to go through the middle, and as a result, we're turning pucks over, not getting through, regrouping. Guys get frustrated. Then you lose your structure and timing. Some guys are coming back, or at one, area of the ice. The other guys haven't caught up again. So that's the first problem. I think we got to get back on the same page in our entries. In zone, I thought the first group moved it around the first time. Had some looks, and then some of it's execution. We've misfired on some shots, forced a few plays that aren't there. So that's it. We're going through obviously a stretch right now where it doesn't look good. We're going to work to address it. Lack of practice time works against us a little bit there, but I think some of it's a mindset as well, Kevin. Get back to being a team, outworking 4 guys with our 5, and then cleaning up our entries, and I think we'll be fine. As for the 5-on-5 scoring, I think it's said it before. It's in the room. I think when we're healthy and get puck moving from the back end, some clean exits, we're going to score, and it showed tonight. We got some of that. Our D were involved in some of those plays, those transition plays, and it helps get the forwards through the neutral zone with some pace, and we have the skill to generate. So getting a little bit more puck luck around the net too, and Kretsch's goal, there's a shot that gets through, we tip it, we get a rebound. We weren't getting a lot of those through before, so that helps as well.
And is Rask still the plan tomorrow?
Is what, sorry?
Is Rask still the plan?
Yeah, he's in tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Udo Shinzawa.
Bruce, you've coached young goalies before, Tuukka way back, Malcolm, Mike Hutchinson, Zane. So when you compare Jeremy to that kind of age group developmentally, is there anything that stands out about him, whether it's the way he plays or presence or poise, just within this earliest part of his career? How does he catch your eye compared to some of the other goalies you've seen? Composure is definitely a thing for him. And I think he's a little bit older. Like, I think Malcolm was a true 20-year-old, and Hutch for that matter. I don't think Zane was. I think he was a little older. I only had him at the tail end, but I'd say definitely Rask, Hutch, and Subban were younger physically too. That's the other thing. Zane, although Malcolm shouldn't say that. He was always, looked like he was very mature physically, but in general, to be able to recover in games and, stuff like that, they kept their composure and their technique very well. So obviously the conditioning may be an issue for him, being ahead of those guys back then. That's something I have to go back in the memory bank, but he certainly seems to have it. Composure, I think they all had work ethic, no issues there. I just think he's a little bit ahead of them technically. That's what I've seen out of him, and doesn't seem to get rattled. Tracks pucks very well. That's probably the other part. Maybe a little ahead of Tuukka back then, where he can fight his way through bodies a little more. I don't know if competitive is the right word, because I think they were all competitive, but has a way to find pucks, Fluto, to get out to the top, establish position would be a better way to put it. So he's not stuck deep in his net. He's very good at that, getting out there and getting to his spot and not get knocked off it. So that's probably a little bit of aggressiveness, a little bit of physical strength. So that's probably what I've seen so far. I mean, it's only been about 3 weeks now, but certainly a guy that looks capable every time we're in there, and a little bit more comfortable each time.
Steve Conroy.
The power play notwithstanding, is Pasta looking like the guy he usually is? He looked a little more confident with the puck tonight and making some moves and whatnot.
Pasta, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the other night he'd freely admit it. We were joking that we got to find the key to his handcuffs, because he just didn't have it for whatever reason. It was going off his stick, and today he just felt much more comfortable hitting his shot. Obviously, through the neutral zone, making some plays, some sauce passes. They're on the tape, one-on-one moves where the puck's sticking to him like it used to. So hopefully, this is a sign of things to come for him. Because he's fought it a little bit lately. And maybe, maybe this is sort of what he needs is a game like this to get him going a little bit. And even his legs looked a little better tonight than the other night. Has had more pace through the neutral zone as well. So, I liked our attack up front. All four lines eventually found their game and were able to attack and contribute offensively. Lazar's line didn't score, but I liked what they did, with the puck and had some chances shorthanded. So it's good. I think everyone feels good about their game when that happens. And obviously Past is a guy that we lead on for that. So even better for him.
Thank you.
Jimmy Murphy.
Hey, Coach. I just want before you guys entered these 3 games up in Buffalo, we were talking about just, not looking ahead of the Sabres and realizing what they've done lately and, not taking any team lightly, so to speak. Clearly, the guys haven't done that. I mean, how impressive has that been to you, and how important is it to do it in this final game going forward?
Well, I think we understand. The only message from us is to the team. I think they know where we are. It's not about 3 in a row against Buffalo. It's like, okay, we're playing Tuesday at 6:30. We're playing Thursday at 7, Friday at 7. So that particular day, Jimmy, it's like we're playing at 7 tonight. Let's play to our standard, get to our game. Let's not worry about who we're playing against. We'll talk about what they do, have our pre-scout meeting as we always do. But it's about us. It's about the Bruins right now, getting our game in order so we can, get our playoff spot, solidify where we are once we do that, and be ready to go. And so that's how we've approached the games, and that's how we'll do it next week too. We got to get our house in order. We've kept the lines fairly consistent here since the deadline, so that's another point. Hey, everyone understands their role, how we're going to play, and just keep on rolling. That's what we'll do tomorrow. Again, talk about that less so than Buffalo. They have good energy. Buffalo, they've got some good young players in their lineup. Their goaltender's been playing well. Obviously the Grizzlies won. He missed one tonight, but in general, so they're no easy out. At least we don't feel that way. So we've got to, play our game and play it well, and we'll have success no matter who we play. Obviously with Buffalo struggling, and, you can be off a little bit, but in general, you have to play well in this league to win. And I think we've really focused on that.
Thanks.
Chris Ryan.
Hey, Bruce. What commonality have you noticed over the win streak that you guys been able to string together here? What's been consistent about your game throughout the win streak?
Not a lot of poor stretches. I think that shows in our goals against. We don't have these lulls where we have pockets of, poor puck management shift after shift. I think we've had some, no doubt, where we haven't executed well enough. Some of that is the skill of the player at times, and some of it is just us, not having good awareness where we are in the game. There's a little bit of both sometimes. So the skill part, we'll keep encouraging the guys to execute well and support the puck well. And as for the puck management part, we'll try to hold them as accountable as best we can. Usually that's through ice time or or challenges or get another line to push that line. There's different ways you can do that. I think we've eliminated large pockets of those and been able to keep our game going in a straight line, north-south, for the full 60 minutes. Certainly was on display against the Islanders. I think we had a bad start to that game the second night. And, I don't even, Washington, trying to remember, maybe a little stretch in the PK got us in trouble. Tonight, for the most part, second period, we got away from it a little bit, right? A little puck management here and there. Tail end of a power play. But we've been able to correct it, put the brakes on it fairly quickly. And then our goaltending has put out the fires, right? I mean, obviously we don't give up much. You got to give credit where credit's due to them. They've made some big time stops. Haven't been asked to make volume of stops, but quality ones when we've needed them, they've made that stop to get us sort of, hey, let's get back in the game now, get back to playing our way. So I think that's been the two or three things that we've done well.